Hello everyone, and welcome to this update video. Now this is actually a pretty hefty update video. Normally I take a picture of them because they're pretty short, but this time I've actually had to open up the design notes on my phone so I can make sure to get everything right. Now, let's start off by jumping to, oh god, I freaking hate this cluster of a map. Anyway, we're running over to Valestra's Arcade to meet our newest NPC, who I'm not going to try and say his name for respect of not butchering the crap out of it. There you are. Yeah, no. He has, what's the official number? 36 new items. He is supposed to have the Nulgath bike, but that, as you can see, the bike option isn't even highlighted, so we can't have it. Let's just take a look at his weapon. We got a Chrono Staff of physical, Cyber Staff, Ice Staff, Flower Staff. We got 2 fans. Got a rock. Really cool looking mace. The entry animation on this mace is cooler than the actual thing. A rock. Some demonic stuff. Really, it kind of looks like you're just holding 2 swords there, buddy. We've gone back to the fire torches. Haven't seen those in a while. Still looks like you're holding 2 swords. Bloodless blades, I'll give him that. The blades are cooler than the scythe. You got the sword, another, a little fancy sword, bigger fancy sword. I don't really like the recolor from, well, these are both physical. It's the same weapon, it's different color. Really don't like that. Ho! That's... Why is that from Oversoul? That's more like something from Adventure Quest or Dragon Fable. Guitars. Guitar. The giant frickin' gun. I kinda wanna grab one of these. Just see how much out of pocket would I be if I picked this up for nothing. Not very. Okay, I can part with this. My current weapon is actually energy. So, I mean, this looks like a giant gun. This is all for testing purposes. I believe that this is just going to be a... I probably will never use this gun. Let's see what's next. NPC Changes have been changed, 5 winter rares have been added to Hank. So next up is going to be Hank after I put on this giant gun. Oh. Yeah, it's not that big. Anyway. Back to my real gun. So next, we're off to see Hank and Frostyland. He has 5 new winter rares. Hello, Hank. Winter Staff, Winter Axe, Winter Blades, Winter Scythe, and Winter Sword. I'm not thoroughly impressed by any of these. Especially since this kind of reminds me of that time staff we were just looking at. So, what do we have next? NPC Challenges. Now grant experience for all levels, so you no longer... Experience was only from level 1 to 10. I use on my alternate account, I'll be going to in a second, because I didn't want to think it. They changed the NPC levels, like, to fill the gaps, they've changed the NPC levels, which means if I run all the way over here to Titan is now level 40. So I don't want to think about which NPCs are actually mind challenging, which aren't. If you go to the wiki, that should be updating quickly or already be updated. This update came out on the 17th. Yesterday, I just didn't feel like doing anything because it was my birthday. So today, I'm out doing this. Oh man. Losses. We feel that publicly showing losses and win percentages can discourage players from battling or trying new builds. Which means the thing on the forums where they think it would promote the number of players we had if we didn't show losses, kind of won. They're grayed out on your end. Which I mean, look, I got 5 more wins than losses, 5 more losses than wins. I am actually at 100% 50-50 win ratio. I have no problem with that. I'm completely fine with having a 50-50 and showing it to the world. But your win record is no longer shown. The only problem with that is this space stays blank when you open up the screen in battle because the data is still here, but you just can't see it. So your rank's over here, and there's this giant empty space right here. Let me jump into a battle real quick. There are some balance changes that may... Oh, wait. I'm on a server where I can't find anything. There's only 16 people online right now. Okay, so forget that plan. Losses no longer show win percentages. I can show this one, though. Where's the leaderboards? Leaderboards? It no longer shows win percentage, so don't have to worry about that. Hey, someone's overtaken Fabi by a lot. I don't really care. What's next? Losses against NPCs don't even have a category. If I jump over... No, I'll jump over later. There was a little graphical error with the Zusuka, which is actually a weapon I use every now and then. It's in my... If I go to my house, go to my bank, view items, Zusuka. I actually have it. So, Zusuka is actually a weapon I like, because when I started playing EpicDuel 5 years ago, that was the auxiliary you saw everyone using and kicking your butt with. So now on to the huge balance updates. The drain for Static Grenade was a bit much according to their testing, so they decreased it from 100 to 250 to 95 to 220. They dropped it by 5 at the low end and 30 at the high end. The amount returned has actually increased by 5%. So that's good for them. Toxic Grenade got a more increased cooldown because it was spammable. Venom Strike, wow. Poison damage increased by 10 at all levels, which means it got 1 more damage at every level, which is good. Assimilate, lowered to 70 through 150 from 70 to 170. So, at the high end, I've lost 20 points on Assimilate. Don't really care that much. It's like 2 energy. Battery backup has been dropped by 10 at the low end and 25 at the high end. So, there were 2 hits to get rid of the heal looping tech mage. The Assimilate was weakened marginally. Battery backup was weakened. Plasma Bolt has been lowered by 15 damage at all levels because tech mages are outgunning everyone. At low levels, what you could have done was you just max out Plasma Bolt, get a lot of points into tech, and you could kill people fairly quickly just using Plasma Bolt. Blood Commander was given +2 strength at all levels, and the lifesteal was increased to 60 from 40. So, they felt Blood Commander wasn't doing well with that. Intimidate is another skill we were feeling is a bit underpowered. Why'd I click on that? The energy, we've lowered the energy cost to 95 to 230 from 100 to 280. Okay. So, another way they can strengthen skills is by decreasing the energy cost. Good to know. Hybrid armor increased by 10% at all levels. Since I'm talking about a lot of mercenary skills, let me switch to my mercenary. Mercenary. I haven't touched this account forever. Yeah, it still wants me to level up. So let's see. Blood Commander got increased, which I don't actually. Where is Blood Commander? Adrenaline Rush. No, Blood Commander. Don't actually use it. Intimidate. The energy cost was reduced. What's next? Hybrid Armor. The percentage has gone up, so that's good. Blood Shield, which I can't really show on him. Frenzy. Well, Blood Shield. It's hard to justify in most cases. A flat health cost at all levels. We've increased the effect to make it more useful in general. Change to flat health cost. Doesn't really make a note of that, so I don't know. Increase resistance gain to 50 to 150 from 40 to 130. Improves by +1 for every improves by +1 for every 4 support. So if you have a support heavy build, Blood Shield has been made better. Frenzy hasn't been granting enough health. Added 10% defense ignore and remove the club club requirement. Is Frenzy on this class? I think Frenzy is just tactical. Yeah, Frenzy is just tactical, so they can now use Frenzy with swords. Good to know. And last, but not last but not least, Fireball is underperforming, so they increased the damage by 10 at all levels. And then Smoke Screen, they slowed the stat scaling to every 5 tech instead of every 4 tech. So they're probably removing synergy with another skill. And now to go back to NPC wins, I'm going to change counts one more time. Button, 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 button. I don't really care. Then you go open, and you have NPC win 1. Done. Yeah. It'll show the amount of NPCs you've won. In most cases, you're going to see them because missions require NPC farming. Sometimes NPC farming is within your level, so it's going to show up on your character page. Well, not your character page. It's going to show up on your in-game character screen. And, I mean, if you don't want to see how many NPCs you've won against, then you probably should just avoid NPCs aside from missioning. I mean, if you really don't care, and you want to go back to the old system where you just NPC all day to get your experience and be like, well, actually, you can't still earn your win record. You can't be like, oh, whoa, where does this go? Whoa, did not realize that was there. Learn something new every day. Anyway, since that just broke my train of thought, I'm going to say that is the end of this update. Goodbye, everyone.